Hello everyone and welcome back. Weather in Mumbai is just so amazing for a morning walk these days. Honestly, I am not a winter person at all. In Delhi, my entire winters used to go into an Eskimo suit, if I may say so. But Mumbai winters just opened me up to keep my body moving for good. I aim to take some long pending tasks from my to-do today, starting with making the ghee. A lot of you had asked me to share my ghee making process, and here is a simple trick I use. I set the cream with some curd culture a day before, and once curd is set, I keep this set curd cream in the fridge overnight. This trick helps in maintaining the right temperature for the milk fat to accumulate during the entire process. Now with just 1 glass water and a hand blender, the fat churns out very quickly and easily. This of course is a messy process, but churning the homemade ghee is so satisfying. I collect all the fat in a separate container and then wash this milk fat with ice cold water at least twice to remove any impurities and smell. That's it. Now I'll put this vessel on the burner to lose all the moisture, and all that will be left behind will be the golden ghee, which I'll store in a steel container. While this last step will take some time, so I'll utilize that time to quickly clean my kitchen cupboards, which was my another task in the to-do. I don't do it daily, but attempt to clean all the cupboard tops at least once a week. Multitasking just takes the pressure off working for multiple tasks. It feels really good to kill two birds with a single stone, especially while doing house chores. Well, since morning started on a very productive note, the momentum was maintained and I picked up the most tedious task of the day, cleaning and organizing the kids' cupboard, which I was ignoring ever since we moved into this house, or shall I say, I was afraid to even begin with. I had bought some IKEA containers for the almirah to basically organize and keep things covered since it's an open almirah and make it look less cluttered. You can check my IKEA shopping haul to have a peek into what else I got for home and kitchen. Dhairya went to play school, but Rutvi was a bit unwell and was at home, so she offered me some help in sorting the books because she knew how her mom was afraid to even start this mammoth task. Since books makes the biggest chunk, I first started by sorting the books in the containers. I have some old lunch boxes which I'll reuse to keep kids stationery. I also keep a go-to travel bag ready for our long or short trips for kids with some colors, flashcards and activity books. Along with almirah, we also have this chest of drawers that I'll use to place our regularly used items. But before that, I'll clean this and remove the old chart paper sticking on it. Now inside this cabinet, I'll place the books that I want Rutvi and Dhairya to read. I'll also use this paper bag for storing my unused diaries and place them next to the books. This also acts like a partition to create a section for keeping files and clipboards and saves me from buying a new organizer. On top shelf, I'll put Rutvi's activity books, school notebooks and other daily utility books. I'll use old kitchen containers to hold all the craft items and keep them organized in a single shoebox and place them in the bottommost drawer. In the drawer above that, I'll place all the colors together: crayons, oil pastels, sketch pens and pencil colors. Above this, I'll place the new unused stationery and keep the topmost shelf empty for lost and found items. Moving on to the open almirah, I'll first place these racks that I had bought from IKEA next to each other, and inside them I'll reuse these food containers for putting small toys and games like blocks, puzzles, etc. Today I'll just place them and label them later for quick access. Similar looking containers makes the place look so clean and clutter free. I also have these same size baskets that I'll use to squeeze in all the soft toys and place them on the shelf above. And the shelf above that will have all the IKEA containers with different items, which again I'll label later. The topmost shelf will have all the board games and toys, which will have only my access and permission. You know what I mean, right? On the side of the cabinet, I also placed few hooks to hang the bags after school, and some beautification on the cabinet top to make it look more like kids' territory. Oh my god, I can't believe that it's done. It surely took me 2 hours of sorting, decluttering and organizing, but what a sense of relief. This almirah looks so clean and organized. My helper got bored and left me in between, but I am glad I ticked another major task that I aimed for today. So after a quick lunch and when kids were slept, I decided to pick another pending job because this one was creative. This is a very random place section in my living room and was collecting clutter every day. So I decided to decorate it and utilize this space for better and convert it into a juice and snack shelf. I removed all the random stuff from this section and Karthik helped me in placing these glass holders in advance. Chart paper was stuck on this slab too, which I had removed, but it still had a lot of residual glue that needs to be taken care. To beautify and highlight this section, I ordered this brick wall wallpaper to place all around. This is my first time using a wallpaper and I was quite skeptical. However, I was very happy with the look of the paper that I had ordered and was excited to see the end result. Sticking the paper on the wall was not difficult at all. Rather, I made so many mistakes, but the glue behind this paper was so great that I removed it and placed it again correctly. The only tricky part was alignment of the paper so that joints are placed correctly. Also, I ignored little mistakes here and there as I'll be placing some stuff inside which will further conceal the background a bit. And this is how the section looked. My god, what an instant lift. It took me 2.5 hours and 3 wallpaper rolls in total, and I feel that the outcome was worth the money and labor. Although I was really tired, but since I was into the mode, I thought of trying cleaning the glue with some plain water and scraper. Water was helping to lose the glue and scraper was actually working like a magic wand to clean the slab. I left the decorating the space for tomorrow as I got too tired. So for dinner, I decided to make something seasonal and easy. I had some spinach in the fridge, so decided to make palak curry with some variation. A few friends here ask me how I go about planning different meals. So to be true, I don't plan different meals often. I just cook my meals differently to make them taste different. That's the beauty of cooking, that even the slightest of variation in the cooking style helps in changing the overall taste of the meal. So for the curry, I'll finally chop lots of garlic and onion and also grate some ginger. Now in some besan, I'll add curd and turmeric powder and mix it well. I will then add water to have a runny consistency of the curry. Now in some ghee, I'll add mustard seeds, methi seeds, bay leaves, curry leaves, half slit chili and hing. Immediately after this, I'll add the ginger and garlic and chopped onions and saute everything well. Once onions turn translucent, I'll add chopped spinach and mix it well. After 2 minutes, I'll add the curry mix into the kadai and stir continuously. While the curry is simmering, I'll make the dough for bajre ki roti, also called as pearl millet chapati. I told you today my focus was on making a seasonal food. The trick to make soft millet rotis are to rest the flour in some hot water for 10 minutes before kneading. In this 10 minutes, I'll quickly make a spicy tomato coriander chutney for a nice hint of spice in our meal. Keep stirring the curry in between. Now the curry is almost done, so I'll start preparing chapatis. I'll knead the dough till it gets nice and smooth. By doing this, you will see that the dough is not breaking at all. Curry is done, and in the end, I'll add kasuri methi and chopped coriander leaves. For chapatis, I'll roll the piece of dough nicely between my palm to make sure that there are no cracks. If the crack form, add more hot water and knead the dough slightly more. So one way is to press and roll the chapati with hands, and you will see there are no cracks at all. Now place the chapati on hot tawa and smear some hot water on top. Another way of making chapati is the old school rolling pin method, and here also chapatis won't crack since the dough is very soft. Now toast the chapati directly on the flame from both sides and also along the edges to make sure that the chapati is toasted well. Piping hot chapatis are ready to serve. Smear with lots of ghee, some freshly pickled salad, and don't forget the spicy coriander chutney. The plate looked so delicious, I was literally starving by this time. The chapatis turned out very soft and delicious, and I was happy that the entire family was enjoying this winter delicacy with joy. Next day, I started by finishing the pending job. Look how clean the slab looks now. All the stuck glue and gunk is off, and now this space is ready to deck up. I'll start by placing the glasses on the rack first. Now for juices, I'll place the rack for some glasses and a tray. I'll place the new IKEA glasses that I have bought recently. Now towards the switch, I'll place a mini lamp as it will help in lighting up this space better. I'll now place a basket to keep the packet of juices later, and Lazy Susan for placing some snacks. Of course, nothing can lift up a space more than a plant, so I'll place a few in this corner. In the bottom section, I'll place a basket upside down to make a stool for this phone, which is used for society calling, more plants, and a candle stand for a pop of color. And this is how the entire space looks now. I'm having a major mindset shift from not liking this space at all to now loving this corner the most. I am super happy with how this change has added to my living room space. I'll also lit up the section to see how it will look with lights on. I hope this vlog was helpful in one way or the other. Do like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed watching. Also, join me on Instagram for my daily life updates, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Until then, stay tuned, stay connected.